There is opposition in all things, duality. So all empowerment is bittersweet. And especially addressing our biggest issues is bittersweet. And I don't like to talk about the negative stuff either without empowering you to shift it to the positive. Remember the story of reattaching my knee in episode 1? Well, after reattaching the completely severed ligament without surgery and completely healing my knee, and living long enough to talk about it so much as I've taught many people how to regenerate injuries, it didn't take me long to notice feeling a subtle discomfort in my knee every time I told the story of how the accident happened and what damage had happened to my knee. And I would always need to physically go back to work on my knee and mentally recreate the story for myself of having a perfect, new, healthy knee. Over the years, I finally decided to put the story on video and tell people if they wanted to know what happened to go watch the video, because I learned not to tell and relive the old painful story. Over the course of my entire life, with all of my experience, I don't know anyone who really completely heals from a serious trauma unless they stop thinking, speaking, feeling, and reliving the old painful story of the trauma. This program is my way of standing up and speaking up, and in many ways, it's my way to stop telling the old painful stories, because it's already available online for anyone who can benefit from learning about it. Over the course of my life, I've experienced some very traumatic experiences. Some have left me praying for days and days. I've been listening and receiving as many gold nuggets as possible from them. I'm not going to share all my most traumatic experience with you just yet. I'll save most of them for later episodes. That will give you something to look forward to. A lot can be learned from my suffering and the suffering of others. Life is made of systems. Each system has a certain amount of laws called principles. When we're in harmony with the laws, it's a positive experience. When we're out of harmony with any law, when we're breaking any of these laws of nature, it produces a negative energy and experience within our life. It's amazingly simple. How long have we been calling negative thoughts and emotions negative, and all the positive thoughts and emotions positive? And when negative stuff shows up in our life, how easy is it to give negative to negative? But what happens when we do that? What happens when we add fire to fire? It just blows up. How about when someone does something positive for us? Most of us automatically want to do something positive back. One big law of attraction is like attracts like. So it takes effort to give the positive opposite to the negative. If you embrace your pain and listen to it in prayer, it will show you where and how to make the shift, which is its positive opposite. Energy is never destroyed. It is merely transformed. All empowerment is bittersweet. It takes effort to really listen and really shift on an emotional and spiritual level. When we embrace whatever negative is showing up in our life in prayer, it creates what quantum physics calls 0-point energy. Many associate this with God energy. And this energy gives us the power to recreate our lives. We recreate more and more to the positive. The more we shift our life positive, the easier it is, because like attracts like. Christ was doing his best to make it simple when he said, "Love your enemies, bless those who curse you, do good to those who do bad to you." That comes at the end of the Beatitudes in Matthew chapter 5, verse 44. Is this a great example of what we're talking about?